Hello my viewers and welcome to my channel. Subscribe, like, and don't forget to share your thoughts on what you think about this video. Welcome to today's video where we will be discussing the shocking news that sent shock waves across the African continent. The Democratic Republic of Congo's army has foiled an attempted coup. And the twist. Now, it involved US citizens. Yes, you heard that right. American citizens, alongside Canadians and Israelis, were allegedly part of a group of foreign actors who tried to topple the Congolese government. Now, Congo, a country blessed with an abundance of natural resources, has long been a target for foreign powers seeking to exploit its wealth. And it seems that the attempted coup was just another attempt by external forces to gain control over the country's rich resources. But what's even more astonishing is that this coup attempt involved not just local militias, but also palm-color foreigners from the United States and Canada. Imagine a group of Americans, Israelis, and Canadians descending upon the capital city of Kinshasa, attacking the office of the Deputy Prime Minister, all in a bid to upset a sitting government. With that said, check out these videos as different people share their views on this. I will be right back.
This is extremely interesting, but before I begin, please do all these. This is about the Congo, and you're gonna like what you're seeing, or maybe not, but you're gonna be like, aha. You know how there is a coup d'etat? I changed my screen, I'm gonna show you in a moment. You know how there is a coup d'etat that has been attempted yet again in the Congo, and how there are accusations, much like in 2017, that it is a US-based Congolese politician that has orchestrated the first one. This is a US MO. They raise children of other nations as politicians within their nation, and then they send them to occupy parliaments and declare them as presidents. They did this in Libya, they did this in other places in the world. But this time there is clear evidence, Exhibit A. This dude here was one of the perpetrators of the actual attempt at a coup d'etat. It doesn't stop there. The army says it involved 3 US citizens. And there is the name of the guy, the US-based Congolese politician that was involved in that. Obviously, the US embassy in the Congo said, we are deeply concerned about reports that US citizens were involved. Right. You had no idea. It's not as if like every US, embassy in the world has CIA operators in there. And obviously, whenever you have US, you have Brit nationals as well. Is it a coincidence that the guy who perpetuated the attempted coup d'etat happened to be a US-based Congolese congressman or politician? Is it a coincidence that we have US citizens looking very CIA to me, if you ask me, with Brits involved in that? These are not allegations. We have footage. One genocide in Gaza, one genocide in Congo, and another imperialistic genocide in Sudan. They all have a common denominator. Please again, tap all these because this video is going to be taken down again by TikTok, so I'm trying to avoid.
Let's talk about this failed attempted military coup in Congo DRC. I've been talking about this for a very long time, but a lot of you seem not to understand. Congo is blessed with abundance of resources, and these foreign actors want Congo. They are using regional actors as well, like Rwanda, Uganda, and South Sudan. But this coup that happened over the past 48 hours or thereabout had foreigners in them. White people from the United States of America and from Canada joining with local militias trying to topple a government because these guys want to steal resources from Africa. Can you think about it for a second that some Congolese guys will go to the US and try to remove the US president? This is the situation we have been seeing in Africa. A bunch of Americans, Israelis, and Canadians, white people going to Congo, visiting the capital city, Kinshasa, attacking the residence of the Deputy Prime Minister and trying to upset a sitting government led by Felix Tshisekedi. Think about it. These guys are arrogating to themselves powers that they don't have. Enough is enough. How long can we in Africa sit back and watch all this nonsense? The Europeans are even threatening that if Africa attempts to industrialize and build railways and develop and integrate, that they will fight and bomb Africa because this is the place they are getting all their resources from. They want to keep us subjugated. So, and even when it don't go their way, they will try to militarily remove governments from power. And very soon you see them, they will start lobbying, pressuring the government to try to release these foreigners that have come to Congo to remove a sitting government. What the hell is going on? It's crazy. It's mind-boggling. I've been talking about this for a very long time. And it's clear for everybody to see now. A bunch of Canadians, Americans, Europeans, Israelis, teaming up together with local actors in Congo, going to the capital city, Kinshasa, trying to remove an elected leadership in Congo led by Felix Tshisekedi. If you don't agree with the leadership of the country, allow them to have elections. The people can decide whether or not they like him. It is not incumbent on you to go and host a military coup, use foreign legionnaires and mercenaries to try to remove a sitting government. And these guys are not even scared of anything. White people dressed in army fatigues with local actors going and shooting to try to remove an elected.
Multiple members of the CIA right now are fucking punching the air because the DRC says that multiple US citizens were involved in a coup. I also just want to say, if you come across these videos, please interact with them, because these are the types of things that happen and then time passes on, the United States rewrites history, and then all of a sudden we learn about these things way later. For example, what happened to Lumumba. And many people want to be further educated about the DRC, about Sudan, about the various issues that are taking place around the world. So take the time to pay attention. The leader of an attempted coup on Sunday in the Democratic Republic of Congo has been unalived, and some 50 people, including 3 American citizens, arrested, a spokesman for the Central African country's army told Reuters. Around 4 a.m. in the capital is when the initial pew-pew fire rung out. Another attack took place at the nearby home of Vital Kamere, a member of the parliament who was tipped to become speaker. Not only were multiple people injured within the government itself, but also multiple people who were just citizens were hit as well. Now, what I think is the most interesting part about this is a Kenge named Christian Malanga, a US-based Congolese politician, as the leader of the attempted coup. So let's just all sit with that. A US-based Congolese politician was the leader of this coup. Do we really and truly believe that the U.S. had absolutely zero involvement in this? None of the 3-letter agencies had any involvement in this. And as we continue to learn about how vital the DRC is to the world, to the pretty much all rechargeable technology, if not all rechargeable technology that we know of, can we not understand why something like this is taking place and how horrific it is and how desperately we need to be cognizant of our consumption? Because we as Americans, we as people within the West are causing things like this, are causing the full destabilization of countries because of our attachment to material things. And that is a problem. What I think is also hilarious is this U.S. Ambassador Lucy Tamlin said in a post on social media that she was very concerned by reports that American citizens had allegedly been involved in the events. Again, somebody in the CIA is literally punching the air right now, so pissed off that this did not go off the way it was supposed to go. Please be assured that we will cooperate with the DRC authorities to the fullest extent as they investigate these criminal acts and hold accountable any U.S. citizen involved in criminal acts. Also, I just also want to highlight the fact that Malanga, the man who was accused of having attempted this coup, has attempted a coup before in 2017 that did not work. And one of these American citizens that was arrested was his son. He even was attempting to live stream this, which, can I say, isn't it very interesting, the things that Meta will allow and the things that Meta won't allow? The number of people that you know that have accounts on here, or not necessarily on here, but who try to post on Instagram, who get violations or any number of things, but yet this was live streamed on Facebook. I'm also going to be tagging another creator below who actually was the reason why I learned about this story and has an incredibly great breakdown of all of this that I think you guys should go watch. But these are the types of things that we need to keep in our knowledge. When we are out here fighting for the liberation of Palestinians, of other people, we need to remember that if we do not find collective liberation, we will truly never be free as a people, because our governments will continue to interfere and cause turmoil all over the world.
Major breaking news. There has been an attempted military coup in the Democratic Republic of Congo against President Felix Tshisekedi. And this time, it also involves some foreign fighters, presumably from the United States of America. I will play you the video of those caught in the act, some of the foreign fighters caught after the failed coup d'etat. The coup d'etat started today, Sunday, at exactly 4:30 a.m., according to the military spokesperson who went on air and announced that the coup attempt has failed. That is Brigadier General Ekenge Sullivan, who actually made mention of the fact that the coup has failed. But some soldiers were killed in the attack and they almost succeeded. They were at the foreign ministry the fighters finished there and they wanted to move to the presidential palace when they were actually outnumbered by the Congolese military. And now this is no surprise. I've been saying this, that coup d'etats in Africa are sponsored, most of them which are not authentic coup d'etats are sponsored by the West. This come at a time when Felix Tshisekedi won a controversial presidential election, and now the only way to get him out is through a military coup d'etat. And this coup d'etat has failed woefully. The leaders of the coup d'etat actually did not plan it very well. They did not plan it very well.
Continue to update, but this is the first I'm hearing about it. What the heck? Bro, tell me why it feels like we are living all of history all at once right now, because the DRC army says it has just stopped an attempted coup involving US citizens. And I'm sure you've already seen the shit about the Iranian president and the helicopter incident, but I'm just going to talk about the DRC coup thing. The leader of an attempted coup on Sunday in the DRC has been killed, and some 50 people, including 3 American citizens, have been arrested, says the spokesperson for the Central African country's army. Gunfire rang out at around 4 a.m. in the capital of Kinshasa. Armed men attacked the presidency in the city center, and another attack took place at the home of Vital Kamerhe, a member of parliament who is tipped to become speaker. Moto Muhima said 2 guards and an attacker had been killed in the incident. Ekenge also said that 1 attacker was killed there, and a shell was fired from Kinshasa, injuring several people, and 1 person was hospitalized. And so Christian Malanga, who is a US-based Congolese politician, was the leader of this attempted coup, and he was killed. And apparently Malanga's first attempted and aborted coup was in 2017, and one of the American citizens that was arrested was Malanga's son. Now, the US ambassador, Lucy Tamlin, said in a post on social media that she was very concerned, quote unquote, very concerned by reports that American citizens had allegedly been involved in such events, because Americans have just never tried to, do a coup anywhere, they've never done that. Anyways, she also said, please be assured that we will cooperate with the DRC authorities to the fullest extent as they investigate these criminal acts and hold accountable any U.S. citizen involved in criminal acts. Wild.
Now, the recent attempted coup in the Democratic Republic of Congo is a stark reminder of the ongoing struggle for power and control in Africa. The involvement of U.S. citizens raises serious questions about the role of foreign actors in African affairs. It's no secret that Congo is a treasure trove of natural resources, and it's clear that external forces are determined to exploit this wealth for their own gain. But what's even more disturbing is the willingness of foreign powers to destabilize an already fragile government, putting the lives of innocent Congolese citizens at risk. Now, this attempted coup is not an isolated incident. It's part of a larger pattern of foreign interference in African affairs, where external powers seek to exert control over the continent's resources, political systems, and economies. From the scramble for Africa in the 19th century to the modern-day proxy wars and regime changes, the continent has been repeatedly subjected to external manipulation and exploitation. But the people of Congo and Africa should not be silenced. People should not be swayed by the empty promises of foreign powers or intimidated by their military might. I feel this is the time for us Africans to fight for the sovereignty, resources, and the right to self-determination. Now, in the early hours of Sunday, a group of around 50 men armed in camouflage fatigues attacked the residences of the Prime Minister, the Defense Minister, and a senior politician tipped to become Speaker of Parliament, according to the army. Now, authorities called it an attempted coup. The assailants breached the ground protocol building in central Kinshasa that houses the office of President Felix Tshisekedi. Videos shared online that Reuters has not verified show armed men milling around the entrance of the presidency, whose glass doors have been smashed. Now they hoist the flag of Zaire, Congo's former name. One shouts, "Felix, we are coming for you." Others chant, "Long live Zaire." Now, soon after, security forces moved in, unaliving the group's leader, US-based Congolese politician Christian Malanga, and 3 others. Around 40 others were arrested, the army said. Now, on his website, Malanga 41 referred to himself as the president of New Zaire, and head of a government in exile. The site does not mention plans to seize power by force, but outlines Malanga's vision for the country under his leadership. An online biography describes him settling in the United States as a child refugee, returning to Congo to serve as an officer, fighting rebels in the east and campaigning to stoke opposition to the current Congolese political class, which he accuses of corruption and mismanagement. Now, Malanga, who had previously threatened on social media to overthrow Tshisekedi, first attempted an aborted coup in 2017, according to army spokesperson. Now, the army has shared a photo of his body sprawled on the grass in blood-stained fatigues. Congo authorities said participants in the coup attempted, including foreigners and Congolese citizens. 3 U.S. citizens, including Malanga's son, were among those detained, Ekenge said. Now, the army shared a video of a large group of detained alleged participants in the coup sitting on the ground as armed guards stand by. They wear camouflage and have Zaire flags dropped on their shoulders. 2 of the detainees in the video appear to be palm-color men. One has bruises around his eyes and the other's face is bloodied. Now, Ekenge told Reuters one of the assailants was U.S. citizen Benjamin Zoman Poland. Local media described him as a medical marine entrepreneur in mining who was also involved in mining interests with Malanga. Reuters was not able to reach Zoman Poland on his representatives for comment. Now, U.S. court documents seen by Reuters show a defendant with the same name pleaded guilty in 2014 to possessing or distributing at least 20 kg of marijuana. Now, in the ministry's video, a detained man described as a recruiter for Malanga's cause says Malanga had planned to proclaim himself president. He indicated he had the support of the Americans, but we realized that he didn't really have any. The detainee said. The U.S. ambassador has said the United States will fully cooperate with the Congolese authorities and hold accountable any U.S. citizens involved. Now, the speed with which the coup attempt was quashed suggests the plotters did not pose a major threat, but the fact that they hit targets meant to be highly secure is cause for concern, said a political analyst at Congo's Ebuteli Research Institute. Now, the whole thing was carried out with a disconcerting degree of apparent unpreparedness and improvisation, which raises a number of questions. Did Malanga, act alone? What about the flaws in the security arrangements in the capital? The drama comes at a delicate time for President Tshisekedi, who is struggling to curb a 2-year offensive by Rwanda-backed rebels in eastern Congo that threatens to spill over into a broader conflict. Now, 5 months after Tshisekedi's disputed re-election, the ruling coalition has failed to form a government due to internal rivalries over jobs despite a large majority in parliament. We have finally come to the end of the video. What do you, my viewers, have to say about this? Share your thoughts as well in the comment section. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.